Have you ever wondered why you keep meeting the same person in different bodies? Today, beautiful friends, we're diving into the shadow of patterns of love, emotional vulnerability, emotional unavailability. Sorry. We are also diving into what in you is answering their call or attracting them to you, what patterns. So let's dive into the cosmic logic and see the energy behind this pattern with astrology dice. What came out is the Sun, first house, and Aries. This is very interesting. If you have um, any cardinal signs in your chart, you should look at the cardinal video. And my apologies, I forgot to say this reading is for mutable signs. Mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces. If you have any of those signs in your inner planets, this reading could be for you. Please take what does and shake off what does not resonate with you. Now, back to the dice. This is interesting because in astrology, in like the sun is ruled by Aries, and in whole sign houses in astrology, fifth house is also ruled by Aries. So this is a lot of Aries energy. You could be involved with an Aries, or you could have somebody that has a lot of Aries in their chart. Um, but yeah, and Aries is about so Aries energy is like me first, and it's very impatient. It's very fast moving. It could be very cold and selfish at times, but it could also be very courageous, and it could have a lot of passion, and it could lead people with passion, with love. It's not all bad. Um, yeah, and the reason why a lot of people say that Aries are selfish, well, you're looking at like the qualities of people, of the Aries energy in people. I'm talking about just the quality of Aries energy, just period, like not in people. So that's very interesting, and there's a lot of energy here of Aries. So it's about first impressions. The first house, it's about being impulsive. Um, with the sun being here, it's how you look at yourself, the way, like your ego, masculine energy. It's about your self expression, your authenticity. And so there could be a lot of ego-ness that's involved here. So because we're looking at patterns from your childhood, you could have been raised with someone that had a lot of Aries or had a huge ego. This could have also like your ego is something that could have kept you safe when you were younger. So like those ego tendencies of wanting to be right, wanting to be first, like not fighting, but like showing up like in an aggressive way, sort of like those type of qualities like helped you be safe when you were younger, but now they're not, and they're creating like more tension in relationships. You probably had to fight when you were younger. You probably had to fight your siblings when you were younger. Like you had to use force when you were younger. You had to like create a plan. Like for example, this could be like you didn't grow up like with really good siblings and stuff, or you didn't grow up with like really good parents, and so every day after school you had to come home at a certain time so that you could prepare your meal ahead of people, like a peanut butter sandwich or a peanut butter jelly sandwich, because you were going to leave because you couldn't be home for dinner, because if your older brother or like if your dad came home and he was having a bad day, you knew that that anger was going to be taken out on you. So you had to create like strategic plans like that for yourself. And so now, to keep yourself safe, when somebody reminds you of those people or those patterns you had to create, your body goes into overdrive trying to keep yourself safe, and so you sort of stay away from them. And a lot of the times, with fulfillment being here, look at what brings you joy. Look at how you receive joy from others. Arguing is something that could bring you joy. Proving yourself right is something that could bring you joy. And try to pay attention why. Like, were you always told that you were wrong when you knew you were right when you were younger? And so now it's a defensive mechanism that you don't even see yourself doing it. Um, yeah, so there were like plans that like you made to keep yourself safe, like with the example I gave you, or like you had to be asleep at a certain time, you had to be home at a certain time. Yeah, and so that really made you like focus in and pay attention to other people's patterns. And it makes you pay attention, especially because you're mutable, to like all sides of their patterns. And so if you went through trauma or through like a lot of the examples that I talked about or similar, something like that, this can lead to you like, so let's say that like your baby daddy cheated on you while he was working at night. He told you he was working at night. He didn't have a night job. It turns out he was just going to like some other girl's house. So now you're dating somebody new years later and they work at night, and when you call them they don't answer, and it starts triggering you and making you feel how you felt when your baby daddy did that to you. And the thing is that when we feel how we felt in the past, our brain and our body is there. It's in the past. So now it's bringing it into the future, and it's not letting us think clearly. It's not letting us show up to ourselves with an understanding of that's in the past, that's not now. And yes, maybe like a lot of the times it could turn out that you were right. It could turn out that it was your intuition, but you're overworking your nervous system to keep yourself safe. You're like always defensive. And this could be towards like you could get into arguments with people because they're not understanding your point of view because of how defensive you get with your point of view. Now, with these type of patterns, something that could come from this is pay attention to what your love language is. Because if you get fulfillment or joy out of arguments, a lot of the times that's something you're seeking without you even knowing it. Like you could be starting little arguments over dumb things, and you're not even realizing that it's you that's starting it. And so your love language could be something that's not really fulfilling you or making you happy. So examine what you require from other people. I've said this in the other videos. If quality time is something that you require from somebody else, that sort of means that you don't require action or for them to show up with intention, because quality time does not require any action. Acts of service require intention and action. To show up for you with and be emotionally available requires intentions and actions. This could be something that you weren't taught as a kid or something you weren't provided, like the safe space. You weren't provided a safe space when you were little to explore your emotions, to really examine why you were mad. Let's say that you your family's going through a hard time, and so now the food is like a lot less, but you got in trouble at school, and so your parents are grounding you because you got in trouble at school, not thinking that you're upset because of what's going on in the home. I'm not trying to excuse your behavior in school, but you could be acting out that way because you don't know how to communicate that you're really upset that there's no food. This could be because you don't want to disappoint your parents, you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you really just don't know how to say that as a child. And so instead of your parents teaching you like, hey, it's okay, that's how you feel, like let us know, talk it out so that way you don't take it out in school, you get in trouble for that. And so you learning how to communicate that doesn't help. And every time that there's an opportunity for your parents to teach you how to communicate in a healthy way, it's shut down with you getting in trouble. This could lead to you thinking that you need to do everything on your own because nobody else is going to help you. That what you say does not matter. You it's not important, or that you're not going to be seen or heard as a child, which could lead to you having quality time as a love language a lot of the time, because you just want somebody to show up to make you feel safe. But the thing is that this isn't something you're giving to yourself. So that's why you're looking for it externally. And when you look for something outside of yourself, it's going to lead to pain. It's going to lead to disappointment because only you can make yourself feel safe. That can only come from you. It should not be coming from somebody else. You feeling validated, you feeling heard, you feeling seen, all of that comes from you, but you don't feel that anybody else could do that. Um you don't want it, you don't require it. It's like, no, I've been in plenty of relationships that's not true, that's not something I want for myself. Or when you have asked for it and you have spoken up in the past, you got met with a similar answer or a similar experience from when you were speaking up to your parents. You sort of like got in trouble and now they're not talking to you because you asked them to show up in a different way or in a healthy way that's going to help you grow. And they can't do that. And instead of them communicating with you, they shut down just how you did when you were a child. And I don't know if you're noticing, but the same patterns, yeah, it's a pattern. It just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating until you decide to show up differently for yourself. Does your partner listen to you, or like, do they try to provide a solution when they're listening to you, or are they just pretending to listen to you? A lot of the times, because of our self-worth and how we were raised when we were younger, we don't require people to actually provide a solution for us. We say we just want them to listen, and a lot of times, yes, we just want people to listen. But if you're talking about how you keep saying that your back hurts and there's like heavy groceries and um like really heavy groceries in the car, and you're telling them how your back hurts, how your ankle hurts, and they're just like, oh, I'm sorry, you should put some ice pack on it and you should do this, but they're not helping you with the actual problem of you have groceries in the car that need to come into the house. And let's say that they're like, you guys live together, you're not on the phone with them, you guys live together, and they're not actually helping you. Like, they didn't go get the ice pack, they didn't go get the heating pad, they just told you to use that, or they just said, oh, I'm sorry, you're going through that, and that's it. That's not really providing a solution for your problems. If you ask for help, like, do you not ask for help because you're scared that they're going to tell you no? When you ask for help for a child, were you told no? And so now as an adult, you think that they're going to answer how your parents answered you? And if you do think that, does that mean that you're dating someone that reminds you of your parents? And please let me know how this reading resonated with you. I really hope it did and it provided some clarity and some help.